Chuck DeVore is a retired Army intelligence officer. Do you think this latest round is going to do the trick?
Well, Jesse, I guess that's the big question. I don't think it will, in the sense that, let's say they do agree to sign an agreement. Are they really going to stick to it? Or will they not agree to sign a document and try to string things along some more? I think what we've seen in the last two nights is similar to the concept of peeling back layers of an onion. Last night's strikes were about neutralizing air defense systems and radars in retaliation, of course, for that drone hitting the Apache and almost killing our two pilots. It's just, as you said, it's a miracle that they survived, especially the part about ditching in the ocean at night. That's actually really dangerous. So we're peeling back the layers of defense in Iran, and then tonight we hit them even harder and deeper. And so what that does is it sets up the opportunity, if the president pulls the trigger, of really unleashing an enormous amount of damage in a short period of time in Iran.
From listening to Trey, you get the sense that Trump's patience has run out and that he's going to keep a sustained air campaign on these people until they sign what he wants them to sign. Is that your sense?
That certainly seems to be my sense of what's going on. I would like to employ a historical analogy, even though sometimes they can be strained too far. If you think about the war against Imperial Japan in the closing hours of 1945, we took Okinawa at great cost. We were firebombing Japanese cities. We had choked them off from their food supply. And yet it took 2 atomic bombs to force surrender. And even then, the Japanese Imperial Army wasn't convinced that they should surrender. They wanted to fight on. And thank goodness they didn't. There would have been millions and millions of casualties on both sides. So, there's historical precedents for really difficult enemies who never want to surrender. And when you think about it, Jesse, of course the IRGC doesn't want to surrender. They think they may lose their lives to the Iranian people, who are getting pretty ticked off about the misrule that they've suffered since 1979.
Yeah, the IRGC is kind of in a nifty little position during the ceasefire, but hopefully these latest round of strikes kind of shake things loose so we can get some of the moderate negotiators to sign and then just enforce it. And then no money is going to exchange hands unless we see that dust destroyed. Chuck, thank you. Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.